This still sounds like elevator music. I'm still in the investigation phase? Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who's gonna die, though. Still kind of mad that Ishimaru died. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. I forgot to introduce this episode. Sup guys, it's me, Cheesus, this is Bree, and we're back with Dangan Ronpa because I'm bored and I have a couple hours before I have to go to a party at Outback Steakhouse. Let me finish a game, okay? I'm not dead. And I just got a new editing software. Da 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 da! $24 on Amazon. Boom! So let's get back. And as soon as we're all there,
Monokuma appears!
Hello, hello, hello. He's multiplied!
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it looks like I've been multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along!
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Me too.
Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there! Woo! Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
You're gonna pay for your... You sound like Sans, the skeleton. Owie. I forgot how to pronounce her name. Sheena. I think that's her name. What's her name? Aoi Asahina. Hina. That's it. I told you already, I didn't do it! For serious! That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits. Ah!
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get in the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, and then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and for everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the ones who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here! It's Celeste. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard... Earthquake. The doors closed on their own. Oh, I also got new headphones. I could talk into here, but it's not going to pick up as I'm talking in there because I only have it as headphones right now. Steel box began to move. Earthquake! The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all of this, we couldn't go anywhere. Well, obviously, you're in a fucking metal death trap. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up to a cruel fate. Well, I see all of you have gathered together like this. I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school is slowly reaching its climax. Only 'cause of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Me too. Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it! I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break! My friend Caleb just messaged me. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. I just moved my headphones back and forth. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, and my balls are still blue! A deadly class trial! Yes. Open e-handbook. Okay, so truth bullets. What do I have? I have the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi. The cause of each was blow to a head. It was thought blue tar. Okay. Okay, I just do that. I'm dumb. When the first well, he woke up. He was alive then. Had been unlocked somehow. Yeah. That's not Yasuhiro's. Yeah, they're two different handwritings, so that's probably Yasuhiro's, and that is Celeste! It's Celeste! Ah! Okay, so... Influence, gauge, cool and composed. I want this one. What's handiwork? Okay. I think I'm done with the prep. Trial! Alright!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone
Blackened!
will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out.
He
I was
didn't.
asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Oh, it's Genocide Jill?
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hero, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
He's like, I like how the pictures. This is like, I didn't do it! Is Hero really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Time for the bullet battle! Make your argument.
Everything we found in your room.
Nope.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No.
Trying to think.
Just hold on a second.
He's crying. I mean, looking at the blueprints, the hammer. Okay!
Everything
So-
we found in your room.
Okay.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
What?
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No. Just hold on a second.
Trying to think. Hero's
Everything
handwriting.
we found in your room.
Is it your room?
The
Nope.
blueprints, the suit
Blueprints,
parts,
nope.
they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No. Just hold on.
Which one is it?
Everything we found in your room.
It's not your room.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you
What do
are the
you
culprit.
mean?
I don't know anything about that stuff.
What do I shoot? There's nothing else in yellow! There's only two things in yellow!
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No. Just
There's nothing else in yellow!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's a
Hero, why?
What the fuck do I shoot? Yo, hold on a second. So... walkthrough. Go to rec room, yada yada yada. Okay. Phase 1. Non-stop battle. Blueprints. Yasuhiro. Okay, I need to shoot Yasuhiro's message. No, I need to shoot blueprints at Yasuhiro's message.
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
I am so confused.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true! It's...
Hero, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room.
Why can't I change it?
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough. That you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about...
Oh!
It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
It's Y!
Hero, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
It's B! S!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, that you are.
Oh, what? No!
It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
It's It's Y.
No! Just hold on a second!
Okay, I can do this. I have to press X.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
Haha,
No,
bitch!
that's wrong!
Break!
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that.
Sakura's... her voice just makes me want to die inside.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
He even accepts it.
So
like-
Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
Thank you, Byakuya! Finally, Togami! Finally! What?
Who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who.
Of course he passes it to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
It was here. The Illuminati. It was Hero.
Got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit.
I wanted to say the
Never found
Illuminati.
anyone in the second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
Her hair just went into 3 spikes. She's
It
angry.
makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Boom! Thank you, Tagami.
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You
You're
do have a reason, yes.
Bitch.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first.
Yes.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Oh, pointy
All
sickle.
things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The dolly. The dolly.
I got it!
The tarp. The tarp?
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I look on the screen. I'm fine.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body.
Right there. And now
When
it's
the body
not there.
disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Right there.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Oh, I just said that.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room?
Yes!
Found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
He's like, I feel like Tagami is right now the whatchamacallit? He's like a tutorial person. He's like an object for like Ace Attorney. You're Ace Attorney, and that this bitch in the corner is like who you're against. And he's like, she has an objection. How do you respond? Find out in the next episode of Ace Attorney.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from
But
you
I'm not
anyway.
wrong, you son of a dick.
We have all accepted
You are the
fact
son of
that
Satan!
you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I could change your mind. If I could just explain to them why the dolly had been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been... absolutely. Reloading. Oh, great. Okay. Uh-huh. Reload by pressing X. Fever time. Okay. Moment of truth. Oh, great.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Oh, how do you play this again? Oh.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta redo that, because I forgot how to do that. Oh, shit. No. What? What?
Is this...
Yes, give it another shot.
Give up yet?
Yo, I messed up, okay? Okay, I get it. Cause I forgot you had to lock on.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Final strike.
Cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Okay. I got it.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Hmm?
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
Makoto is my hero.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the...
Oh. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that
Well,
much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
It can't bend!
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Ha!
No, that's wrong.
Well, it's not wrong, but...
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Can't bend down.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
She has biggie
It
boobs.
seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body. Because once it's on, you can't take it off. You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy, but I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice, so let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yes, with a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
There is a doubt, though.
Second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Patrick Warburton.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the
Why
heck
are you
Kyoko was when
smiling?
everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor.
Which was a bad idea.
And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? I forgot I was reading. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the scares, and as so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. Hey, Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
And
When we
there
got
you
back to the nurse's
no, it's
office,
still-
we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating out all this or something? Or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
That's a lot of
Which is where
Celeste.
we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradiction hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover this, I have to find them no matter what. Make your argument! Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death,
No!
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, so I have to use it at
regarding
numbers.
Taka's, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was, we already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Nope. Okay, it's the other one.
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was, we already know Taka came last.
Fuck!
What makes
You say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that while Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after.
We already know
what order they were killed in.
Ah! What?
Shoot!
So, regarding Taka's
death. I wonder if he, or perhaps it was, we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer,
while Taka's death came.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, time to consult. Okay, I think I know.
So, regarding Taka's,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after.
we already know what order they were killed in.
I forgot how.
Taka came last.
Ah.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious.
Oh,
Taka
I'm
came
supposed to
after.
do it. The numbering.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were talking.
Is it?
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Haha!
No, that's wrong.
Hey! Okay.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence. Hangman's Gambit. Wristwatch! It's I! Yeah.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. Complete.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, you! How long were you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock!
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
Bitch.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. How'd you know that came from downstairs? Huh, little bitch?
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Ah!
Totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Someone was calling me.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Because he's
And
fat.
according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for 1 minute. But they're gonna get in and out, move Hifumi's body into that amount of short time. And so
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
The dead body moved on its own?
postpartum bait.
No!
Post-mortem
Another
something.
ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
Post-mortem.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Yeah, he was! And that's how his glasses got clean.
Wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Do you feel me? Is it really possible? Yes! That explains why his glasses are clean. Broken wrist watch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead
Body had been found.
Nope.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance
He was actually still
alive?
No.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered.
Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended
To signal someone else's
discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi in the there's a chance he was
No. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. A lot Hifumi's
Okay, I
dead
don't know.
body had been found.
Dead body has been found. Someone else's discovery. Okay.
And that is, are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else.
Okay, I need to. Fuck! I need to memorize.
Are you saying that when we first, there's a chance? No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body to Hifumi's dead body, and that is why. Are we really?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal
Someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was at?
No. Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that
What?
is why the announcement.
Come on!
Real? Maybe the
Announcement was intended to signal
Someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was at?
no. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No!
And that
Fuck!
the announcement
Was made. Are we really?
Maybe the announcement
was intended to signal someone
else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was at?
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
What? How? What do you mean? Oh, I have to shoot it first.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Let the AY.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was at?
No. It is Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No! No! Ah!
Are we really? So maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay. I keep fucking it up!
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was?
No.
It is Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Fuck you! Fuck
No, that's wrong.
you!
Was the body discovery announcement that was made
I
really
need
intended
a
to
swig of
be Fumi?
soda. This.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do
Monokuma?
you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
Actually, that was plenty.
Think about it.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Aha!
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
And both bodies were rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Body has been discovered.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Yes.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he.
Okay then, let's take another.
It's the glasses. The glasses. It's the glasses. The glasses. The glasses. It's the glasses. It's the glasses. Hifumi's glasses. Yeah, it's the glasses. His glasses were clean, which means he had to clean
So
them.
here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
That helps me. Oh.
And then,
Oops.
while me and
Fuck.
Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned.
Fuck you. Fuck! What? Okay, wait. I'm just gonna look. No, that's multiple choice. There's no notable. Oh! I know. I just have to listen.
Here's one thing we did. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body,
It was in.
But when you compare his body
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Boom! What?
Then-
I'd still hit him.
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous. Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
and the next time we saw his body,
It was in.
But when you compare his body before,
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Fuck!
Was he really?
of course not.
It is impossible. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Okay. I can do it.
The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before being other than the change, there was no notable difference.
Then,
Boom!
was
Fuck!
he really still?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is. Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was, there was no notable difference.
Boom! Little bitch! I really don't like Celeste because I think she's the devil's son.
In fact,
Love
there
her.
was one clear difference between Hifumi and his glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
In the nurse's office,
found
they were
Hifumi
bloody.
in the nurse's
In the
office,
repository,
glasses
it
were covered
wasn't.
with blood.
And then the little cloth.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Was the Glasses cleaning cloth.
Gun! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera. And whose digital camera was it?
Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Exactly.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
You're
What
dumb.
I'm saying is, the
What I'm
blood
saying
on
is
his
that you're dumb.
glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him.
I need to clean my glasses.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Oh, it's on
And
auto.
with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
A gun! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went, so me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait,
The single
there's more.
biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Let's see. Oh god, I'm timed. Is it this?
Shoot!
Fuck. Thing he took.
I got it!
Yes, that's it. Okay.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
We stripped him and
Okay,
gave him a
well,
cavity search.
Forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
He's like, eh. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hero got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hero. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants. Taka.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear,
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Oh my god. Is this another, nope, okay. Broken wristwatch!
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
Nope.
Shoot!
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was in must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
Yes.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Fuck!
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
What?
Had the note, right? Then the person it was must have been Huffy!
but remember what time did it?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Ha!
No, that's wrong! No, they're
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So,
I see, says
Taka
the
was
blind
murdered
man.
at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
It was in his pants. Ah, scrap of paper.
I got it!
Yeah, it's a scrap of
When
paper.
I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece.
And now,
of
how
the note.
is this linked to Celeste?
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
Postmortem.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That
Yes.
means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no.
No, he is dead.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
So?
Whoever
No.
did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
I think it's the spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No!
No, that's wrong.
No! No, hero!
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was
Used to commit murder.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's
Mauda.
of course they'd have to
Mauda.
clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Make your argument. Spotless hammer again.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and serve. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I think I have to do it at
Based
impossible.
on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Okay.
even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two people.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one person is complicit, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, and assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
Boom!
No, that's wrong! Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
Haha.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning.
Oh, shut up!
Their choice
What?
of accomplice
Fuck
seemed
you and your game! Gay piece of shit. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning.
understand how an accomplice could be involved.
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated him for me to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all of that, there's only one person who seems to fit, which is you!
Here's my answer.
It's Celeste! She's a gambler! It was.
So I'm the suspicious individual
Yes!
now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
She just broke her accent.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Screaming.
Shoot!
Shit.
I got it!
Okay, it was that.
The behavior they had, the only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Who are you?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the
The adults are
costumed
talking
individuals.
now. Hey, I'm an
If we
adult.
accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has done as well.
I don't know how I can make that sound.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Oh, what did she say? I saw a shadow. Something move. Alexa just popped on. Alexa, go to sleep.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to drop
It was
us all to the
Hifumi
physics
running.
lab up on the third floor,
I can just imagine it's me trying to run the
Scream.
which is
and when we'd
unknown.
all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
There is something on the third floor.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah.
It was to
In fact,
She looks like a whore.
well,
She is
if
a whore.
Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
Ah!
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything
Well,
It was one big act.
she was the super high school level gambler. So, of course, you have to keep up your poker face. And, like, playing card games like poker, you have to keep up your poker face. And, like, you lie. Like, say, oh, I don't have anything good. Like, when someone doesn't have anything good, they'll raise it. So other people would back down, and they'll get all the money, even though they had, like, a 2 and a 3. Or, like, a 6 and a 5. Or a bad hand. I forget what the term is called. But you just lie your way to winning. And that's basically what Celeste did.
Yeah? I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Ooh. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but...
That's very strange because she's been like, death!
Pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Oh, shut up,
You hear
hero.
that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
He looks so serious. Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Make your argument! Monokuma file number 3!
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated.
Nope, that's a lie.
We're all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like
Those guys died.
Is it this one? Nope. Fuck. I need to look. Cause I'm a cheater! So strange. Okay, I need a memory.
Shoot!
Great, 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 great.
All I said was they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
I chose the right one to shoot,
And that is
but
all.
I needed a
That's all it
memory.
takes to- What was so strange about
Celeste's comment.
Okay.
All I said they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positively.
we are all going to die here. We are going to
Die. Just like
Haha, bitch.
No, that's wrong.
Fracture. Break.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen him.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanation.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
My back really hurts.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing.
Oh my god.
Utterly impossible.
This is where she like
Hifumi
freaks
was
out.
dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is it really possible? Find out in the next episode of Teens React! Okay.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and you tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Okay, I think I have to do the costume. I'm just gonna double check. Stand up straight. The robot. Yeah, okay, I'm right. I know what to do. I was thinking this, but I didn't get to do it.
Then you just draped me. You tried to make me look like.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect
I know
the
what to do.
inside the suit was unconscious. There's no way
They could stand up straight.
Bitch. I was thinking of it, but I don't know why I didn't do it. And I just made sure I was right, and I'm
No.
right.
Even if the person
What up?
inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It's made of fucking plastic. You can't bend.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, she's about to fucking flip. She's about to fucking flip. Right now she's
Don't
flipping.
make me laugh, you idiot. What do you mean, checkmate?
And she is the spawn of Satan.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Oh wait, this is from Sue Hero.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
What the hell are
shoot.
you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I think he gave every— No, fuck! I have one heart.
Think back to how Hifumi used
How
to
did
talk to
Hifumi
us.
talk to us?
How
I
did
forget.
he refer to each of us?
I forgot. He used people's— okay.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
No.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Don't talk. He's like,
Random
don't
chance.
talk.
Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
She's not
You
really.
think
She
you
doesn't.
take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Yes.
Well, do I?
Yes.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat
That's
myself
not-
over
She's
and
not
over
German.
again?
She's not German. Oh my god. E-handbook! It's gonna come down to the e-handbook. I'm just gonna double check. It's... Yep. It's the e-handbook.
Fumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, goddamn!
Heads upside down.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only
Fuck!
truth there is! Moron!
That's it.
Hifumi was... He wanted us to know the killers. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict
No! No, no, no.
that's the only truth
Fuck!
there is! Moron!
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name.
Go, 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 go.
Celestia Ludenberg, God!
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's
Boom!
the only truth
Fuck!
there is! Moron!
Come on, I have 2 minutes. Oh, shoot.
Hifumi was...
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told...
How many times do I... Celestia Ludenberg, God!
How long do you plan to go on
I'm not pretending. It's... And since you have no way to contradict me...
Boom! Bitch! We're getting to the closing argument. I forget how to play that game.
Handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Haha! Yeah.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh, this is the closing argument. Okay. That goes here. One AM. No. No. I think that's right. no, it's Justice Hammer 4. Okay. Oh, you don't go there. You go over here. I think Justice Hammer.
The killer is...
I don't think that one's right. I have to think of it.
Before anything, the killer Hifumi within a... First, they can... That someone, the murderous duo, intended to... They drugged him, knocked him... Next, while the killer, they did all... When they were done with him, they... And then they called Taka. And that's where Hifumi killed him. The murder was the reason Hammer...
I think it was Justice Hammer too.
So, next for these attacks, the first fake there, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer. They wanted to make sure we bought the second fake ins. This time, with these two...
Yes, okay, I was correct.
Increasing, we fell right into their trap.
Yeah!
While we did that, this was exactly... He took a blood packet from the and turned the room into a crime scene. He let out a... Meanwhile, so when we heard the body discovered... We left the nurse. He simply got... When we learned his body had disappeared...
I did it right on the first try.
He wrapped Taka's... That explains how... But even Hifumi didn't know what the... Their plan, and they did it using an ordinary... That should cover every...
Why are they making out? Oh, no.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Or should I say...
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such...
What? In a minute.
They hang heavy.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Who are you? Takeout? I got a lot of A's. I got an A! Hey! Yeah.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever.
Give me a minute.
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice?
It's Celeste. Go Asahiro. Asahiro. Guilty! Ha! I love this too much. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again you're correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lunenburg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond my calculations. So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So
then did you use him? Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act like my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I avoided mentioning it by name, but it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does that mean... She's talking about alter ego.
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. Let the adults talk. I'm totally out of loop as usual. How sad.
In
She's
other
like,
words,
oh. Then you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What's in the background? Is that Ew. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It was about what was stolen. I know who did it. What?
are you okay
It
with
was
this?
Taka. He stole it. What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I had taken, you know what, to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it. Forced me to steal it. What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it was hard for me to even say. He abused me. Oh, that's a lie. You wanna see? That's a crime! An absolute crime! And he's the one going crazy! I can't read through this shit anymore. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm gonna fucking kill him!
most unfortunate.
Series of unfortunate events.
Actually,
What?
indeed.
Completely.
I'm done. I'm just done. I don't want to read this anymore. Just... Hifumi agreed without a second thought. the effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. What was the strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
huh?
That's it? I like that. I like Takeo. And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's simple. After he did this part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him that he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It was very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course! There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
You sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about that $1 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all is to it. The moment our new life began here, my only thought has been escape.
But
How long you've been saying how we have to accept living here?
You little...
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else here.
You little...
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. And in the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. I love Celeste! I'm done. I'm not even bothering.
There is nothing. Just. Oh. Do you? What? Yeah. Isn't it? Which is. Well.
Time to die! I love this. It's so adorable. How is she gonna die? Oh, she's getting burnt at the stake? Witch! Witch! Bitch! The burning of the Versailles witch! No! Oh my god, he's wearing an executioner mask. I love this. Yes, look up her skirt while she's dying. What? It's like, what up? Fire and a car. And a truck. He's like, me too. The one that started the fire. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny it. At one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free from their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your
What are
lives.
you gonna do?
Jeez. Jeez, I hope and here I thought you guys were here. We're gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation. What do you care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out here.
Bad.
You are all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? Oh, that was someone else. God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyways, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know what you're anything about. What was it?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was some small hope. One small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. We approached the dressing room. Kyoko looked back at us and said, I'm going to go in alone from here. Everyone else, just head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later. Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
You even have to ask. As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance
Come
camera.
on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You. Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us. To whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's time
Yo.
for going to the dining hall. So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Cause like Makoto, girls are like total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Trying to figure out what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving Miki and Kyoko
Shall we
alone.
go?
Shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key from Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. And I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best. Please wait a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second since we have this opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's something you need to know right. That's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried. Like what you said during the investigation this time. You disappeared. Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared. And we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Chapter 4! What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided that I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, there's a vibrator. But could Kyoko really be right about this? Just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be hidden in here? Fire being yanked in. Gashunk! At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what I was getting into. Ba-bump! I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back of the wall was a revolving door, and I had made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor, and there's a storage closet. Way back, there's a secret room. This is the secret room. But what's in there? There's a bunch of files, and what looks like a volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file on the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy Student Registry. This is the only one not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had the chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out and it turned to my attention. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation, it's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. It seems I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What did I know? What don't I know? Oh my god! I was murdered! A strange sound rang throughout my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long had been. All the books were gone! Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost all consciousness, and then I understood. The dull throbbing in my head proved that much, at least. So apparently I have to look back at the bookshelf. I read on the thing, an empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room and get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow I made it to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing there, and after that... Fastest I hear sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym! As I desperately hold my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Crack! Jack! Gagunk! Biak! What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym. Oh wait, it's right there. Duh. I didn't make a sound as I opened the doors to the gym. The sound coming from inside meanwhile only intensified that much more. Kiak! Back you! Hey yeah! Hiya! Paching! Biak da 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 dun! Sha 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 sha! Before me, they raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. One side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret.
I honestly don't know the Overwatch characters, but I was just about to say, Sakura sounds like Farah. Or what? Yeah, Farah. Farah.
I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay.
Okay, but You do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is Sakura Ogami, the next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. The end. To be continued. I got an anti-item. Yay! I got Super Robo Justice! Yes, save data. Okay, it is time for me to go. So, if you've enjoyed this episode of The Return of Dangan Ronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.